Hey everyone, it's Leo, and oh my god, last night's episode of The Flash was amazing. I love the Future Flash's suit, I love the yellow lightning bolts and everything, it was perfect. But we're not here to talk about Future Flash, we're here to talk about his villain, Savitar. This is my theory as to who he is. I've been having a hard time putting this all together in words, so I'm not going to go into like the deepest of deep details, so hopefully you stay with me. So last night we saw that nobody in Team Flash became Savitar. Secondly, I personally hate anyone who says Future Barry is Savitar because it just makes no sense. And every freaking season, everyone always says Future Barry is the villain. Reverse Flash, Future Barry. Zoom, people said Future Wally is Zoom. Savitar, Future Barry. It's just like, stop saying the future. Why is that an option? Why is the future you coming back in time to make your life worse? You understand how stupid you sound? Okay, do you understand how stupid that sounds? I'm sorry. Third, Savitar acts like he knows Barry and his whole crew, like at a deep level. How he calls Caitlin my child in the woods last night, or how he just speaks down to people. He gives like an older vibe. It's not just him being like from the future, quote unquote, but it's just he feels older. All right, so those are my 3 points. My fourth point and final is the relationship between Iris and Barry. That's where I'm going to stop, because once I bring his name up, you'll understand who. So I just want to say one last thing. The way Caitlin looked at him, not Caitlin, but Killer Frost, when Savitar stepped out of his suit of armor, she was like, holy shit, it's you. What do you want me to do? And that pretty much helps me. So I believe Savitar is the original timeline Harrison Wells. Why? Simple. We don't really know much about the original timeline. All we know is Barry is not a very good person, from how a lot of the villains say it. It's like Barry did something, and ever since then, the villains have been viewing him more as a dick. He wasn't the kind-hearted, jested person that exists at this very moment. I want to say he's more like the Arrow, you know? So Harrison Wells, we don't know how Harrison Wells reacted with the Flash, but one thing Flash is not big on anymore is going back in time to save other people. No, he's never been big on saving other people for other people. He does it for himself. So it makes sense, because Savitar's whole shtick is time. Going back in time, going forward in time, going through time. His whole thing is time. And his whole goal is to kill Iris West. One thing I realized there was one big comparison between Harrison Wells and Barry. They both loved their wife. Too damn much. If Barry was willing to let the villains take over, he's had these powers for a long time. If he was willing to give up and let the villains take over because Iris is dead, imagine a man who just got these powers. All right, powers that could allow him to go back and manipulate time. He's not going to just sit there. He's going to use those powers and put them to use. Only issue is, remember what time does. You mess with time, time just does it again or worse. So after all this time, it's like, oh, Iris has always been alive. All right, I gave Barry powers. Well, I gave a lot of people powers. Oh, I'm saying this from Harrison Wells' perspective, by the way. I gave all these people powers. My wife is dead because the Flash won't go back in time and save her. I go back in time to save her. She keeps dying. It's not fair. So all this time is like, it makes sense that Harrison Wells will become a villain. Now, the reason is, also, one last thing I want to just add. We don't know at all if Harris or the person wearing the Savitar suit has super speed, or if the suit does. Because that suit should not be capable of moving at that type of speed. There's a reason the Flash wears such a slim suit. Savitar's powers comes from the suit. If that's a possibility, it makes sense. Harrison Wells could make something like that. But hey, that's my theory, because there's really no one else who could fit the mold. When you think about it, it's like, who else knows the team that well? And who else would Killer Frost slash Caitlin just stop and go like, holy shit, it's you? Ronnie? No. See, the thing is, if Ronnie came back, why would Ronnie come back as a villain, And even if he did, Why would Caitlyn be like, oh my god, I'll do whatever you want? Wouldn't you be like, it's you, Baby Cakes, Muffin Top, Mr. J? You would be just like that. You wouldn't stop and stare. But if it was Harrison, a person who she viewed as a father figure, a person who she thought has been dead for God knows how long, I want to say nearly 2 decades. If Harrison goes like, hey, you know, I'm from the original timeline, I know what you can do. I know that the Flash is a danger, but I'm the only one who can stop him, and so on and so forth. I lost my wife because of him. I'm going to take his. An eye for an eye. Isn't that in the Harabar text or something? It's an ancient Egypt law. It's like it equals hand for a hand, eye for an eye, all that good stuff. Wife for a wife, and that's where I come with it. That's my theory on Harrison Wells being Savitar. The reason I can't go and fully back up my theory is because my theory relies on a lot of stuff that we do not understand, such as the Philosopher's Stone. For all we know, the Philosopher's Stone could be an irradiated piece of Star Lab that blew up in the original particle accelerator explosion, but we don't know. We don't really know much about Savitar's, background. They say he's from the future, but then you got to remember, Jay goes off and he says Savitar was the first speedster. So how can you be the first speedster from the future if Barry was already the Flash? See what I mean? It's just not adding up. So the only way I can justify my theory is by the actions and how he talks to them and how he treats everyone. And besides, we don't really know much about the original timeline. I wish we did. I wish they could go back and see, because like I said, for some reason, people keep on saying Barry is a dick in the original timeline when he gets older. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you did manage to keep into the entire video. This one was a lot shorter than I normally do. And, well, we only got about 6 more days before we finally see who Savitar's pretty little face is. And just a little disclaimer, if I happen to get this one right, can I get a freaking like on this video? Just come back and like the video. Like, alright, he was right. I'll give him that. If I was wrong, well, come back and dislike this video. Just get on another account, dislike it with your account, grab your mama's account, dislike it. Anyways, I'm Leo Young, and I hope you guys did enjoy this theory, and I will definitely be seeing you Tuesday for my return to impressive reviews for The Flash, the reveal of Savitar. Peace.